So there's just a couple of ways of developing our awareness. One is aware of labels, concepts. One is aware of sensation directly. And then one is looking at the world and with new eyes, with fresh eyes, without relying on these labels. So we will start our meditation practice now. I will use my bowl. So because we're doing a body scan, one of the setup procedures is you can sit down, you can lay down, you can make yourself comfortable. I would say that because we're doing an exploration of the body and we're bringing these attitudes in, if your main objective is to completely relax, then lay down. But if your main objective is to explore this practice with as much attention as possible, then I would stay set up. But it's entirely up to you. Especially if we have a tendency to nod off during our practice, then that might not be the best thing to do, is to lay down, because it will suck you in. So remembering as well with a body scan, I've kind of touched on it already, but some parts of our body won't appear. We aren't connected at this moment with that part of the body for unknown reasons. You know, we might put our attention on our back and not feel a thing. On the other end of the spectrum, we might put our attention somewhere in our body which we haven't put for a long time. And that might be because something happened there and the body remembers. So sometimes it can trigger some unpleasant memories. So we're not here to go deep on unpleasant memories and things. If it's something that you're not comfortable with, you know, try for a moment. If your body's saying no and it's putting you into a state of stress, then move on. Feel free to navigate the body in your own way. I'll guide us through it, but it's more important that you're happy and know how to move and feel free to stay in control of the practice. Okay? So just remember that if we do go into some difficulties, and that goes for every practice really. So with that being said, maybe if you're comfortable to close the eyes. Just allowing that sound to guide us inwards. So we're drawing our attention closer. Bringing it out of this external world and as close to our inner self as we can. Our inner world. And we can bring the attention to our breathing, to the breath. And noticing where we feel the breath in the body. So we may feel it in the nose or the throat, the chest or the belly. There's no wrong way of doing this. Just noticing where you feel the breath the most. And And coming in to notice the breath through sensation. So we might be able to hear the breath. We might be able to visualize the breath. Can we feel it directly? What lets us know that we're breathing? What's it feel like? There's no wrong answers here. Start noticing the different sensations that are attached to the in-breath and the out-breath. Sometimes we can notice that the in-breath is a little bit cooler and the out-breath is a little bit warmer. Notice how some of the breaths are short and some of them are long. And we may even find that we prefer a certain type of breath. Does one feel nicer? And can we accept each breath as it arises without trying to change it? Just being curious. And if the mind wanders into thinking, distraction, knowing very well that this is a very normal part of the practice, we let go of the distraction without judging ourselves. We return back to this moment and to the breath in the body, focusing on sensations. And can we drop labels? Go deeper into that feeling. Taking the next breath as though we've never breathed it before. Trusting that the body knows how to breathe, it knows what it needs. And we don't need to get involved. Noticing if the body wants to take the odd big breath. Are we striving for the breath to be a certain way, or even ourselves to be a certain way. One of the most common thoughts we have in a meditation practice is, I'm not doing this right. Or everyone else looks like they're meditating better than I am. So, as with any form of distraction, the thoughts, we just let them go. Don't give any more weight to any thought than any other. Just recognize it as thoughts and thinking. We let it go. Accept that it's a normal part of the practice. And without judging, we bring our mind back onto this breathing body. So wherever we're feeling the breath now, feeling that sensation if we can we move our awareness, our attention, or our focus to our feet? How do I know I've got feet? Without looking. And what does it feel like in that area? Is it warm or cold? Is it tingling or numb? Painful? Relaxed? Can we allow them to be exactly as they are for just a moment? Even if we can't feel them, even if there's a sensation we don't like. So although we explore the types of sensation, we don't offer any preference to what actually arises. Because it's always changing. So maybe playing with our focus and seeing if we can go a little bit smaller, maybe into a toe, big toe maybe. And without straining, just gently guiding it there. And then maybe coming back out to the feet. And then maybe the lower legs, the calves and the shins. And noticing if there's any sensation there. Are there different sensations in between the legs? Can we feel our clothing? Can we feel the body from within? Letting go of the lower leg, and focusing on the thighs. Big thighs. What are they feeling like right now? Noticing if there's any stories that arise from these body parts. How it's normal to trigger the mind, but can we be aware that we've gone into thinking and then just bring the attention back into the body, back directly into this feeling, sensations of what it's like to have thighs. Are there superficial sensations on the outside of the body, the skin? Maybe deeper ones, muscles under the skin or even into the bone. And letting go of the thighs and coming into the buttocks and pelvis area. Normally quite a solid feeling of being sat down here. A heavy connection with the ground through the chair or whatever we're sat on. Playing again with the awareness, can we move it maybe from one side to the other? It's okay if we can't feel it. Just noticing that that is an empty spot at the moment. And expanding our awareness now to include the whole lower body, so everything from the buttocks and the pelvis area down through the groin into the thighs, into the knees and the shins, calves, ankles, feet and toes. Without any preference, without any expectation. Can we notice if the feelings are moving or are they still? Do they have distinct boundaries or are they flowing? Can we drop the label lower body and just feel that area directly? And letting go of the lower body and focusing on the whole upper body. So this can include the torso and the arms and the head. Any part of that or the whole thing. And can we notice what the most apparent or obvious sensation is? Become familiar with that wherever it is, whether it's in the head, maybe the hands, maybe somewhere in the belly, or something that's might be giving us discomfort or pain. So what's the first sensation that we notice when we bring our attention into the upper body? And like a curious scientist, can we observe it? Not forcing any result, not wanting things to be different. Maybe we're feeling like a hard, solid, perhaps even painful sensation. Maybe we've got an itch. Maybe some thick, flowing sensations. Maybe some very light, tingling sensations. Can we bring our attention to the base of our spine? So we're really narrowing it down. So if we can feel that area without straining, without stressing, or without focusing too tightly, just in a relaxed way, allowing whatever sensations are around the base of the spine just to arise if they're there, and just to be blank if they're not. And gradually moving up the spine, through the lower back, the mid back, upper back into the neck, coming into the sensations of the face. Noticing any throbbing or pulsing, any tingling. Any itches or maybe blank spots. Just neutral observation, so we're not seeking a particular sensation. We're not even rewarding ourselves for finding one. We're just looking. Is it there? Yes, no. If no, noticing that there's a blank space there. If yes, what does it consist of? And while we're in the area of the face, if we can narrow that awareness back to the nose, again starting to feel that air coming in the body. Notice how each breath is different. And then becoming aware of the whole body. Can we expand our awareness to include the whole body, whatever it is that we can sense? And can we feel the body from the inside? Not relying on these traditional labels, can we just feel it as a field of energy if it appears that way? Does it have boundaries? Is it moving? Is it changing? Becoming aware of the space around us as we come toward the end of this meditation. Noticing our environment again. Noticing the weight of our body in this seat. And perhaps bringing a bit of animation to the hands by moving the fingers. Noticing how that feels compared to just being still. Maybe moving the feet. Maybe opening the eyes and just starting to move the body in a way that feels gentle and nourishing. And then allowing the sound of the gong just to bring us back. So, however the practice was, not judging it as good or bad. And whatever benefits we found from the practice, whether it was awareness or peace, seeing if we can just dedicate that to the people that we know and even the people that we don't know.